here with Deborah, and we're going to do the Belief Buster with EFT. This is a very helpful process when they're challenging beliefs that are holding people back. Some people do this with chronic illness. It can help if there's something, a health issue that hasn't gone away. Perhaps there's a fear of rejection or criticism, something nagging, something you haven't been able to get over, you've tried before. And abundance, which we're going to talk about, money, abundance. Wow, I haven't been able to get over this financial level, or this creating money in the way that's comfortable for me. And Deborah has graciously volunteered, and we'll see if we can help bust a belief for her or two with EFT.
Great.
So, Deborah, you were telling us a little before the camera was turned on about your new business and abundance and abundance with ease. Maybe you could share a little bit about that.
Sure. And so in the past I've been a very successful corporate leader, but I did that through working 16-hour days and not having a lot of work-life balance. And so now I'm transitioning by bringing a new business to the United States and doing that in more of a heart-centered way. Along with that being very heart-centered, doing the work that I feel passionate about, I also want to bring a healthier work style to accomplishing the same abundance that I'm used to through my new business, but without that need to be a workaholic or use all of my time solely focused on my work.
A lot of people can relate to that idea. And we sometimes talk about something we describe as a success spiral versus a failure spiral. So the failure one, where things are not working, where we want to bust it today, is our thinking is restrictive, and our actions and our results get to be restrictive too, and paralyzed, and not the way we want it to. And there's a lot of fear and doubt, and it cycles around failure. But we can change it now to the success spiral. That's where we're hoping. So we're going to expand beliefs.
Great.
Bust them. More excitement, enthusiasm. You're taking actions with the right spirit and energy and inspiration and intention, and then getting rewarding results and better thoughts, and it cycles into positive things. So let's see if we can ask these 6 questions, these belief-busting questions, and that'll help us know where to pinpoint where to proceed with the EFT, the tapping technique.
Okay, great.
Okay, the first one is, and this is, so the issue is about having abundance with your new business with ease.
Yes.
Correct?
With ease and joy.
Good, with ease and joy. I want to make sure I understand you. So, the first question is, do you believe that overcoming this limitation is possible?
Yes.
And the limitation is that it would be difficult or challenging to create this abundance.
Right, exactly.
Just so we know what we're talking about. And the second one, so 1 out of 10, how certain do you feel you can overcome this restriction with the abundance?
10.
So you feel strong in that. Okay.
Yes.
Second question, do you believe that it's possible for you?
That's where I get uneasy. So I see other people doing it.
Right.
But everything that I've been successful at for myself has been very difficult or driven or required a lot of effort. And I guess I have a lot of old experience that tells me when I'm not effortful, I'm not all that successful at things.
Okay, that could be a clue to something. I like to take notes when little keys come out. When you're not effortful, you're not successful. Okay, might be something in that one. So let's go 1 out of 10 for the second question. For you, how much do you believe it's possible to overcome this belief about abundance for you?
Yeah, maybe like a 3 or a 2.
2 or 3. Okay, so that's kind of low. The third question, do you believe that it's possible to overcome it today?
Wow, that's kind of like...
That's a bigger step. So we may need to go just right, since we already have the next one. So that would even be another step, because if you don't believe it's possible for you, how would it be possible today?
Right.
So that, what would that be?
Right, so there's a lot of tension with that one. So that would be, what is high?
10 would be, yes, I can do it today for sure.
Okay,
1 would
so,
be
yeah,
almost...
low 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you believe that it's possible you could overcome this restriction with the EFT, this limitation?
That would be a 3.
Okay. And do you believe it's possible for you to be completely free of this issue, which would be the 6th question?
Well, is there a 0?
So there's sort of a gradation to this. So we want to kind of start where you are in the process of belief busting.
Right.
And we may need to belief bust several levels, if not in this demonstration, future.
Right.
Okay, so let's go with, do you believe that it's possible for you to overcome this limitation about abundance with ease, that it's going to be challenging and difficult?
Okay.
Is that the main thing? It's going to be challenging and difficult, or the abundance? It's going to take a lot of effort and struggle?
Going to take a lot of effort and struggle, yes.
It's possible, but is it possible with effort and struggle?
It's possible with effort and struggle, absolutely.
Yeah, but let's do it without effort and struggle.
Right. Right.
Okay, so the EFT affirmation for belief busting is, even though I don't believe it's possible for me,
even though I believe it's not possible for me
to achieve this abundance with ease and joy, I still am open to busting through this limiting belief. Okay, so now I want you to put it in your words. Even though I'm having a challenge believing for me I can create abundance with ease and joy, I still can bust through this limiting belief. So why don't you put it in your words?
So I would say, even though I feel it's difficult for me, I still believe that it's a lot of words.
Okay, well, let me help you out with the second one. The first one is actually more important. And when we help people, we frame the EFT affirmations, we adapt it and customize it to the person.
Right.
And we help them with it because sometimes the wording are already going through emotional stuff, so let's help them get the words so it fits. It's a lock and key thing for you that you feel like, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So even though it's difficult for me, that's simple, and
right.
You know what it is, I know what it is, that means it must be clear.
Okay.
And the second part is, then it could be, I'm open to busting through this limiting belief, or I'm open to going further, I'm open to overcoming it. What would you say?
Okay, so even though it's difficult for me, I'm open to busting through it.
Okay, so and even though it's difficult for me to create abundance with ease?
Even though it's difficult for me to create abundance with ease, I'm open to busting through it.
Okay, that sounds good to me. And so we'll do the tapping the karate point.
Okay.
So, you said 1 out of 10. I guess now we're saying well, okay, we'll remeasure the beliefs at the end of it. So,
okay.
Even though it's difficult to me,
I'm still open to
busting through
it.
Okay. Even though it's difficult for me to create abundance.
Even though it's difficult for me to create abundance with joy and ease, I'm still open to busting through it.
Okay, one more time.
Even though it's difficult for me to create abundance with joy and ease, I'm open to busting through it.
Great. So we'll just say this difficulty or this challenge.
Difficulty.
And we'll tap this difficulty. And then on the eyebrow point, this difficulty.
This difficulty.
And the side of the eye, this difficulty.
This difficulty.
Under the eye.
This difficulty.
Under the nose.
This difficulty.
The chin.
This difficulty.
The collarbone.
This difficulty.
And under the arm.
This difficulty.
And take a deep breath. Okay. And let's do what we call the reset process. That just strengthens it. We just tap the top of the head.
Okay.
And then we're integrating our head with it, and then we tap our heart with our heart to just strengthen the process, to integrate it a little further, and take another deep breath. Good. Okay. So let's go back to the question. Do you believe it's possible for you to create abundance with ease and joy? And 10 is totally easy
yes.
and joyful, and 1 is very, very challenging. Where are you now?
A 6.
You're 6. So you went from 2 to 6. So that was a 300%. Is my math right? That's pretty good. And so do you believe that it's, I'm going to ask the next question in the
Sure.
belief, but do you believe it's possible for you today to break through that limiting belief?
Yeah, even that's raised to
what's that?
Maybe a 5 or 4 or 5.
That's up there too. And do you believe you can do it with EFT?
Yeah, and that's a 4.
Yeah, you're actually already proving that you're doing it with EFT. And being completely free of the issue, is there any shift in that one?
Yeah, I think there's a 2 or 3.
So that's moved up.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything that has now come to mind about breaking through that belief, any other aspect or part of it that you now are noticing?
Well, just even saying the words, right, is easier. Whereas before it was very stumbly to even say the words. So
interesting observation.
Yeah, so now it's like I can string the concept together and express.
It was effortful, a struggle just to
right,
say
just
the
to
words.
Say it. Right, exactly.
Isn't that true about a lot of things? If you can say it, you can believe it, you can do it.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so shall we do another round of...
Sure.
So, even though there may be some remaining difficulty?
Even though there may be some remaining difficulty for me in creating abundance with ease and joy, I'm open to busting through it.
Okay. Even
though it may be difficult for me to create abundance with ease and joy, I'm open to busting through it today. Even though it may be difficult for me to create abundance with ease and joy, I'm open to busting through it today.
Okay. Remaining difficulty?
Remaining difficulty. Remaining difficulty. Remaining difficulty. Remaining difficulty. Remaining difficulty. Remaining difficulty. Remaining difficulty.
Good.
Remaining difficulty.
And we'll do one more reset process with the head and the heart. Very good. And take a deep breath. Okay, good. So let's look at the question again. Possible for you to create abundance with joy and ease?
Yes, absolutely.
10 is...
10.
Really?
Yep.
10.
Yep, can.
You're putting your numbers on 10.
Yeah.
Okay, and how about, is it possible for you today, in other words, to believe it today? Obviously there's a process of doing it.
Right,
but you need to believe
it
first before you do it, isn't that true?
Yeah, and that's more 6 now.
Okay, so you can believe you can do it today, and with EFT as helping you, this may be something to continue to go back to and strengthen and explore further.
Right, and obviously that's probably a 10 now because it already has.
Okay. And to completely get free of the issue, how do you feel about that?
I think that still has a little journey, but it's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
If 10 is you're totally certain you can get free of it at some point, we're not at that point today, and 0 is it's not possible.
So maybe a 7.
Okay, so you're pretty confident there. So the whole thing went up.
Right.
Okay, so let's just sort of do an assessment, a meta learning here, an evaluation.
Sure.
What did you learn through going through the Belief Buster process about you and abundance and starting your new career and your new business?
Well, I guess there was a constriction, like a constriction before, whereas now it feels, okay, I can accept that. I can receive that ease and joy. I can accept it instead of almost being fearful of it.
You can accept that abundance could come easily and joyfully? Is that when you say that? I can accept that?
That I can accept the abundance with ease and joy. I guess that it's possible, and how I feel about it is completely different than it was before.
So that would probably suggest that as you go through your days, there will be opportunities in orienting your life toward finding ways to create abundance easily and joyfully.
Right, and looking for it.
Looking for it,
right.
and when you look for it, you're going to...
Right, and being aware of when I'm not feeling easeful or joyful, to inquire about why that is.
And maybe do some more of the tapping and belief busting at that point.
Right.
Very good.
Right.
Thank you, Deborah.
Great, thank you.